Hello, Steve. Today is Monday, February the 24th, and welcome to a unique Olympic-sized edition of the Rad Bromance. Now that the Olympics have concluded, I'm going to do my top 10 list of things I took away from this year's games. Number 10, Bieber Mania. And no, I'm not referring to a silly internet meme bet over which country would have to keep the troubled sinner. I'm talking about Switzerland hockey phenom Matthias Bieber. I didn't get to see him play much, but from what I saw, I'm a believer now. Number 9, Ukrainian Gold. With all the horrific things that are happening in Ukraine right now, it's refreshing to see their athletes take home at least one gold medal, which they did in the women's team biathlon relay. And that's certainly a huge deal, because as highly as we think about hockey in Canada, a lot of countries in Europe think of the biathlon that highly. As I have a lot of heritage from the Ukraine, all I can say to those athletes is, Dyatoyu. Number 8, curling iron. Canada truly dominated the curling rink at this year's games. I really appreciated watching the gold medal games of curling this year and felt that I learned a lot about how the game is played. I've tried curling myself back in the day, and trust me when I say it's a very hard game to play. So here's to the masterminds of Jennifer Jones, Brad Jacobs, and all their teammates in achieving Olympic perfection. Number 7, Freestyle Canada. For each subsequent Olympic Games, the IOC tends to add a new North American-style freestyle skiing event, and this has really benefited Canada. Canada won 9 medals in freestyle skiing, which accounted for 36% of their total medal count. And this included 3 gold and silver medal sweeps. There was Alice Bilodeau repeating as gold medalist and Mikhail Kingsbury right behind him in the men's modals. There are sisters Justine and Chloe Dufour-Lapont, who did it in the women's modals. And both Marielle Thompson and Kelsey Surwa in the women's ski cross. So here's hoping for the next Olympic Games the IOC adds even more freestyle skiing events, or perpetual dominant skiing countries that Switzerland and Austria don't catch on. Number 6, sliding sports. Every Olympics I tend to get behind and follow the sliding sports very closely. This includes the luge, skeleton, and bobsled. This year's games provided quite a bit of drama. Canada came oh so close to winning their first ever Olympic medal in the luge, but had to settle for multiple 4th place finishes. This Olympics also reminded us of the bizarreness of the 2-man luge. Who came up with that idea? Nothing overly memorable happened for Canada in the skeleton, so we'll have to settle for John Montgomery memories from Vancouver. And the bobsled was quite intense. Canada's team of Kaylee Humphries and Heather Moyes once didn't repeat as Olympic gold medalists. They seemed to trail the American team for the entire event, which was odd because they appeared to be driving a lot better. And fittingly, mistakes by the American team opened the door for a dramatic win in that event. And then there was the 4-man bobsled, or as one of the announcers described it, the beefy ballet, referring to the process of fitting 4 big guys into a sled the size of a bathtub. Unfortunately, there was the horrific crash that happened to the 4-man bobsled Team Canada 3, which demonstrated just how brave these guys really are, and also proving to myself that I will never be a bobsledder. That was truly frightening to watch, so here's hoping all the best of the guys in recovering from that. Number 5, Russian Surge. In spite of their disappointment in hockey, there's a lot for Russia to be proud of this Olympic Games. Much like Canada did 4 years ago, Russian athletes really fed off the home crowds and captured first place in the medal standings. They dominated parts of snowboarding, the bobsled, short track speed skating, skeleton, and the biathlon. But there is one thing to be proud of as Canadians, and that's that they did not break their gold medal record set in Vancouver of 14, falling just one short. So, we're still the best ever. Number 4, so much clutch Dutch. The Netherlands won an unprecedented 23 medals in long track speed skating, and 1 in short track speed skating. Seriously, that's total domination, and they didn't even win another medal in an event not named speed skating. To put it in perspective, the next highest total medal count by one country in one particular category was Norway and Sweden, who each got 11 medals in cross-country skiing. That's less than 50% what the Netherlands did. It was certainly a Dutch blitz in the oval this year. Number 3, Canadian acts of sportsmanship. Canada paved the way this games with great acts of sportsmanship. There was Gilmore Junio, who gave his spot away to Denny Morrison and allowed Canada to get an additional silver medal. And Canadian coach Justin Wadsworth, who stepped onto the course and helped a Russian skier when their skis broke. A real class act, and a reminder that selfless acts can still happen in sporting events. Number 2, Canadian men win hockey gold for the 3rd time in 4 years. In truly Canadian fashion, this is the first installment of hockey in the top 2. prior to the Olympics, there's so many experts and armchair athletes who are really questioning the choices made for this team. I mean, it's not like Steve Eiserman knows what he's doing building a team. His only experience is, well, putting together a gold medal team 4 years ago. And being a part of that 2002 gold medal team. For example, a lot of people didn't like the selection of Jeff Carter. And I'm guessing that most of the people who questioned that choice have never really watched Jeff Carter play. I became a pretty big supporter of Jeff Carter these Olympics. He's smooth, fast, and he can really snipe a goal. I myself questioned the goaltending talent that Canada had. I liked the choices that the executives made, but I didn't really think we had as much talent as, say, Sweden or Finland in goaltending. And I'm really glad that Carey Price proved me wrong. What a beauty, only allowing 3 goals in 5 games. Another interesting tidbit, last year PK Subban won the Norris Trophy for being the NHL's best defenseman, for basically playing like a forward. And this tournament shows that the way that award was given out is kind of a joke. PK Subban ended up benched, while players like Drew Doughty and Shea Weber really showed their colors and showed what top defense in the NHL actually should be playing like. I do want to say that I think PK Subban is a pretty good defenseman, but I think Canada made the right choice going with other guys instead of him. In all, this installment of Team Canada's men's hockey team was the most dominant we've ever seen at the Olympics. It lacked the big thrilling moments like the golden goal did 4 years ago, but this team's dominance really made us sleep easier at night. Finally, number 1, Canada comes back for a probable gold medal win over the USA. In terms of pure excitement to the finish of a hockey game, I can't think of many Team Canada games that can really match what happened in the women's hockey finals. The best one that comes to mind is the 2009 World Junior Championships, where in the semifinals against Russia, Jordan Eberle scored with 4.9 seconds left to force overtime, ultimately winning the game. Canada finished with 10 gold medals, and the USA finished with 9, so it's no secret that this game was the deciding factor on us finishing ahead of them in the standings. And this did wonders for the international view of women's hockey. So there you have it, my top 10 moments from the Olympics. In total, Canada finished with 10 gold medals, 10 silver medals, 5 bronze medals, 25 medals total, and that put them in 3rd place in the overall medal count. And that certainly should be considered a success. Now, on to curling. Chess. Yes, chess. My move is rook from A1 to E1. I've run some simulations, and this move appears to work out in my favor. I look forward to seeing your response. So until the next time, all I can say is, congratulations, Canada.